You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to the show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today on our Training Thursday show, I'm excited to bring you the 7 tips to get motivated to start working out again, or to take your workouts to that next level. These are things that I honestly use myself every time. I'm like, I just don't have the same motivation to work out, to go to the gym, even though I have 2, studios right in Boston. I live right in Boston, very easy to me for me to get to. But, it happens to everyone. We just kind of go through, again, as I've said before, that ebb and flow to life. It just wanes in and out. And sometimes we're just more motivated than other times to get after it. And during those times, no extra motivation is needed. But when we start to get into a little bit of a lull, we have to find ways to get ourselves remotivated, to push us back into the gym, because, we can't take the time off. Our bodies aren't taking the time off. Our bodies need it for detoxification. They need it to stay in shape. They need it for muscle tone, and they need it to keep our bones strong as well. Plus, never overlook working out and your mindset. Working out boosts those endorphins. Whether you're going for a run, you're working out with weights, you're doing rock climbing, whatever it might be, I'm telling you, it's the feel-good part of exercise that people overlook as well. So let's get right into today's show. I want to go through all 7 tips. It won't be a long show because what I want to do is introduce you to these tips. And again, some of them might be review, some may not. And I want you to choose the 1 or 2 that's going to get you jump-started into that new spring program. So that's what it's all about right now for me too. It's like, okay, finally we're getting some, I know it's not hot for most of the rest of the world, but finally we're getting some upper 50s and low 60s here in Boston in early May. And it's exciting me to just be able to get outside and maybe train a little bit more outside as well. So certainly I'm excited. I'm looking forward to all of these as well. And I'll share a few of these items to get me motivated that I'm going to choose to implement in my own lifestyle as well. So the first one, I do this every single spring. It's kind of like marking the new spring year. Certainly don't want to wear them out in the snow and the slush during the winter and even early spring here in Boston. But buying a new pair of sneakers, getting rid of some of the old workout clothes, purchasing the new workout clothes, and leaving them out in your home. Meaning, like, put the new sneakers by your door. Put them in your work bag, whatever it might be. I always buy new sneakers in the springtime. I like to see whatever the new models are, new additions are, whatever it might be. That just gets me excited to say, it's just these little mental things that you need new sneakers anyways. Buy a pair. You're going to start to maybe use them more because you want to wear them. So it's just tricking your mind, and it works. Trust me. So maybe I'll buy a new pair of shorts or t-shirt, tank top, whatever it might be, and I'm going to buy some sneakers. I'm going to get myself reinvigorated to get back into the gym. So that's number 1. And again, it could be anything. If you're into yoga, purchase a new yoga mat. That would absolutely be key as well. That goes for any sport. Trying to just gear in general. Like, I'm a huge fan of that. I think it's a lot of fun, especially when I was doing sprint triathlons, and I'm going to look to get back into that this year as well. And that was like, okay, getting the bike, the special shoes, the helmet, all that stuff that goes along with it. It's just kind of like motivating itself because you want to use these things. So you start reading more about it, the technology. At least that's how I am. So number 2 is to find a new gym or class. So a lot of times it's like, okay, you have your mainstay, like you belong to one of the popular gyms. Well, great. But what about trying out a new spin location? Like, there's Rev around us, there's Recycle Studio, there's a million different spin studios. I can't name them all. And they're becoming really popular. Well, maybe try it out. Maybe see if that works for you. And not every day, right? But maybe it's one day a week. Okay, every Monday, I'm going to skip the crowded gym, and instead I'm going to go to a spin class where I know it's a set number of bikes, so it obviously can't even be overcrowded because everyone gets their own bike. And I like the music, and I like the instructor. Check that out. Another thing is, I love boxing. I love kickboxing. I love martial arts. So for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to check out a new style. I'm going to check out working with an instructor who's great at X, whatever it might be. And I'll try that out. Or if you're more into yoga, well, check out a new yoga studio because there's a bunch of different ones. Again, you don't have to abandon the one that you're loyal to or that you love. Absolutely not. But there might be other classes that you can get into that will reinvigorate you that also complement your traditional yoga practice or practice in general. Another big one is rock climbing, like indoor rock climbing. So much fun. Maybe you can't do it during the week because it's not local, but maybe you can go on the weekend. That's a great weekend workout. I love doing that myself. I don't get there enough, but ideally I'd like to try to get there once per month during the coming months as well. So another excellent one could be really, instead of just getting together for a new class, is finding an online program to do and a personal trainer. They could be online as well or in person, or some type of workout partner where the two of you commit to each other. So it's you and one other person. That's basically what it is. So it's an online program. Maybe there's an online coach that you're dedicated to, an in-person personal trainer or online that you're staying accountable to, or an in-person workout partner. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to commit for 90 days. That's 12 weeks. What we've found is this. We've experimented with a lot. 90 days is a small enough commitment to feel like you're not tied down, that you're not like overly committed, but it's long enough to see results. Because keep in mind, as I've stated before, if you want to put on muscle, if you want to put on some size, you'll see a difference in 12 weeks, no doubt about it. If you want to get lean, absolutely, you'll see a difference. You'll see your abs within 12 weeks. If you want to lose weight, I'm telling you right now, you can easily lose 30 to 40 pounds, no problem in 12 weeks. No problem at all, 30 to 40 pounds. If you have a goal of that, it can be done. That's only 3 pounds a week. It's very, very easy to achieve that through nutrition and through exercise. The other thing is this. It could be a combination of everything. It could be a combination of just getting back into some cardio, some weight training, a little bit of the toning, a little bit of the weight loss, a little bit of the eating well. Commit to the 90 days, the 12 weeks. I ask that for wellness private clients that I see, and we ask that of all of our weight loss clients as well, because we know that 1 week is just kind of getting into things. 2 weeks, you're learning more. 3 weeks, you start to have some questions. You're like, oh, I get this. And then you're just off to the races. And we just reinforce it each and every week after that. By 12 weeks, you're like a different person. I honestly believe that. And then, of course, you can re-up. You can re-up for another 12 weeks to your workout partner, to an online program, to a personal trainer, whatever it might be. But just commit to the first 90 days. All right. Number 4, buy a smart device. Buy something that I was mentioning a little bit earlier. Buy some type of fun gear, like a Withings tracker. So one of the things that people love in our practice is they love the technology. They love the Fitbits. They love the Motive Ring that I talked about on a previous Friday review that's just coming out now. They love the Polar monitors, the TomToms. I love the Cat Eye. So you put it on your bike and it tells you how fast you're going. I've always been a competitive person, and when I'm just, it's out by me going for a bike ride, but I'm like, okay, I need to maintain X miles per hour. When I go down my downhill, I want to hit 30 miles an hour. When I'm going uphill, I never want to drop below 12 miles an hour. I do all these fun games with myself for no other reason, just but to have some fun. That's it. Life and exercise is just meant to have fun, enjoy it, and do all these tricks for yourself so that you have a little fun with it as well. So if you've never heard of these, just check out the different companies: Withings, Fitbit, Motive, Polar, Garmin. Garmin makes just some amazing ones. So if you're really into cycling, they have some great ones for triathlons, for biking just in general. They're waterproof. They're GPS based. You can swim with them. You can bike with them. You can run with them, and it will give you your splits. Pretty amazing as well. And just as a little, I know I'm going to be mentioning this coming weekend and Friday as well, but everyone that reviews, this is just a fun little giveaway, everyone that reviews the Cabral Concept on iTunes, and it's very simple. You just go to iTunes and go to Cabral Concept and just write review. Everyone that reviews within the next week, and if you've already reviewed, that's great because your name's going to be in the hat as well, but we're going to pick one person randomly and we're going to give away a $100 Withings fitness tracker. So just a fun little thing. If you're able to, we always appreciate each and every review because our mission, our message is to get it out there to as many people as possible. The Cabral Concept will always be free. So if you can help me spread that message, I like to do fun things for you as well. So yeah, if you're able to do that, appreciate the review, but just check out some of these fun little trackers. You might be into it, you might not. You might just use your iPhone and use the pedometer right on that, or or use an app called Track My Run. That's a great one. I used to use that many years ago as well. And that will show you running around your city or your town, and it'll actually show you your map. And I think you can actually share it with Facebook and a lot of other social apps as well. So a lot of fun. All right. The fifth one is journal and track your progress. So whenever I begin a weight training routine, a new program, it's not enough just to start it. I want to make incremental gains, because it also allows me not to just have to max out the first week, because again, that's like my personality. So I have to hold back. I know me, and I say, you don't have to max out today because you're going to be doing this program for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So over that time, you can gradually add a little bit more weight each and every week. And then, if my goal isn't to lose weight, it's not to gain weight, like whatever it might be, I have something else to track, and I can track my strength-based progress, and I can track my gains that way. So it allows me to see that I'm making progress as well. I think that's fantastic for everyone, no matter what your goal is. Keep a journal. Tell yourself how you feel after the workout. I'm telling you, it's motivating to tell yourself, I feel fantastic. I have more energy after I work out than when I came in. That will keep you remotivated. Look back to your journal. Check it out. All right, number 6 is sign up for an event like a road race, a local road race. Get some friends to do it together. Make it short, though. Make it a 5K. It's 3.1 miles. Anybody can run 3.1 miles for the most part. Even me with a formerly torn Achilles tendon that I got running cross country way back in the day. Everyone should be able to work up to that. It's not too much running. It's only about a half hour for most people to do a 3-mile run. When you work up to that, of course, it could be maybe 36 minutes if you're running 12-minute miles, but I know everyone can do it in a sub 30. That's also a nice goal to shoot for. A sprint triathlon, I've talked about that before, but it's not that bad a race. Swimming for the most part is what you need to work on if you're not a good swimmer. You just work on the swim. You can go to a local pool and just do some lap swimming for twice a week. We'll give you enough time to practice that. And then it's just biking and then running after that. And again, most people can handle that. It's about a 90-minute to 100-minute race for most people, but you can take as long as you want to do it. Just accomplish it. Really, really fun as well. Swimming events. There's a lot of swimming events during the summer out in like lakes and harbors or kayaking. Those are fun too. What about a Spartan race or one of those? Like as long as it's not overkill, you could even do a relay race for a Spartan race or a Tough Mudder. That might be fun. So just some other competition or event that gives you the 6 weeks, the 12 weeks to train for it. And it's a goal to shoot for, to strive for. Put it on your calendar. And the last tip I want to give you is if you have a big enough goal, remember, always go back to your why to keep you motivated. Why do you want to lose weight? No, it's not just about vanity. Why is it? What is it about that? Do you want to look great for your wedding? What is it? Or why? Why? Because if you lose the 30 pounds, you're going to increase self-confidence. And if you increase self-confidence, you'll feel more comfortable going out dating. Or if you increase self-confidence, you're going to feel more comfortable asking for a job promotion or going on a new job interview or making new friends or whatever it might be, right? It can be whatever you want. Your why is not the same as my why. It's not the same as anyone else's, but it's just as valid. All of our whys matter, and they matter most of all to us, and that's where it counts. Remember, as I talked about before on a previous Motivation and Mindset Monday, it was on episode 444, when to break up with toxic friends. Your happiness matters. Don't let anybody tell you that losing weight there's no need to do it, whatever it is. If it matters to you, it matters. If it makes you happy, then it makes you happy. Whose right is it for anyone else to say that's not an important reason? It's just as important as any other reason. So if you want to get in shape, if you want 16-inch arms, if you're a guy, 17-inch arms, fine, that's your choice. You do it healthily, you have my support. So here's the thing. Write down your why. Write it down. Keep it in front of you. Put it in a Post-it note. Put it in your bathroom mirror. Put it beside your nightstand when you wake up. Keep it in your desk drawer. Put it in your wallet. And even bonus points if you can get some type of visual or photo along with it as well. That visual can really be anything from, you just smiling and feeling great. It could be you, at the beach. It could be another person's body, whatever it is. But again, you want to be the best you. That's my thing. Never strive to be someone else. Never strive to look like someone else. Strive to look like and be the best version of you. That's what it's really all about. We all have different body types. We've all been blessed with many, many things. It's our job to see that. It's our job not to say, well, I won't be happy happy until I have X. No, you have to work towards that now. The happiness is now, but really having that better body, feeling just stronger, making sure that you're going to age better. All of those are great reasons for starting up and getting reinvigorated with a new workout program. So hopefully these tips helped. Thank you as always for tuning into another Cabral Concept. And if you'd like to share this show with anyone you believe it could help, I would always appreciate that. Thank you again and have a tremendous day.
Did you know that the body really only becomes sick or imbalanced in only two ways? Over time, you become deficient in vital nutrients, and you also accumulate toxins internally and from the environment. As those nutrients diminish and you increase your total toxic load, your body then begins to show the first signs of dis-ease. It's actually quite predictable, and the good news is that if we know how you began to fill up that proverbial rain barrel, we also know how to empty it to begin the healing process. I was fortunate enough to learn this ancient healing process from my mentor after suffering from debilitating diseases for close to a decade. It was only when I began to implement these techniques did I finally overcome my illnesses and go on to live a life of energy and vitality that I now enjoy. I'd like to share with you now what I discovered after traveling all over the world and how to combine the best of ancient healing wisdom with state-of-the-art science. Allow me to teach you exactly how I've been able to help over 250,000 people to empty their rain barrel and begin to transform their body and lives into what they've always hoped they could be. To get your copy of the international bestseller, The Rain Barrel Effect, simply go to stephencabral.com/rainbarrel.